Hello MBA aspirants, welcome to MBA 360. Now what we're going to do is to actually cover, we've been doing a series of, videos for you to help you understand whether you have a chance of getting into IIMs. And what we're going to talk about now is the weightage of academics, which is your class 10th marks, your class 12th marks and your graduation marks. And what is the kind of weightage that they have in different IIMs, so that you exactly know if you've got a very good academic record, what are your chances, and if you have a very bad academic record, what are your chances? Depends on the kind of weightage that's given there. So what we're doing that essentially covering that piece, right? Before I move any further, if you're not subscribed to MBA 360, please do that right now. This will be a single point destination for every kind of student who wants to get into an MBA. You can be 99% or a 60% We're going to cover everything over the next 6 months to ensure that you get into the best B school possible based on your merit, score, affordability and whatever it is, right? So moving further in terms of the weightages for academics. IIM Ahmedabad gives a 15% weightage for resume. In this, academics also is here, right? Shillong gives 10% weightage to resume. The resumes have multiple things including academics, which is where it's been separated out. They clearly don't say how much is for academics, but the fact that they give some weightage for the resume means that they give some kind of weightage for academics also. Kozhikode gives 10%. Right, Udaipur gives 6% only for academics. It's very clearly mentioned. Nagpur gives 6%. Lucknow gets 10%. Indore gives 10%. Jammu gives 10%, and Sambalpur gives 10%. We'll come to the other B schools as we move along. Other IIMs rather as we move along. Remember, some of the highest weightages, like for example, Udaipur gives 55% for CAT. But largely the better B schools give a lot more for personal interviews. Like Ahmedabad is 50%, Calcutta is 48%, Lucknow is 40%. Indore is 45%. So they actually give a lot more weightage for the personal interview and written ability test. But we're just talking of academics at this point in time, and that's where you stand. That the Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Kozhikode and all, they give a lot of weightage for the resume, and that also includes academics, whereas others have clearly specified how much weightage they give for the academics. Moving further, we also have at Career 360, we actually have a CAT college predictor for IIMs and non-IIMs. IIMs, I'm talking about it right now, but even for non-IIMs, you actually have that. You just need to input your CAT percentile once the result comes in, and you'll be able to exactly know what are the chances. You need to fill in the gender and everything like that, so that you get to know what are your chances of getting into any of the B schools in terms of the call, GDPI call, right? Now, the other B schools we're talking about, Amritsar gives a 10% weightage for academics, Ranchi gives 10%, Rohtak gives 10%, Trichy gives 10%, Vizag gives 12%, Bodh Gaya gives 14%, Bangalore gives 15% for the academics, Sirmaur gives 15%, Kashipur 20%, Mumbai 20%, which is academic and work experience also. So it's 10% possible for academics, and Raipur gives 40% for academics, right? So that's the kind of weightage that you have. Here also, if you notice very carefully, Amritsar gives, of course, the 70% also includes CAT and everything like that, but 48% typically for personal interview, there is a very high score in, like Bangalore is 40% for personal interview and 25% for CAT, 10% for written ability test, 10% for work experience. So this entire table gives you the kind of weightages that each of the B schools have, of which we're now listing out the academic part of it, right? If you want me to cover any such thing, please write to us in the message box here, and I'll be more than happy to do, cover that also for you, whatever doubts it might be. And if you still want to talk to one of our counselors, call us on this number, and one of our counselors will reach out to you. Thank you so much. Namaste.